What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, it's Grammy Sunday, y'all. Grammy Sunday. Pretty cool. I think they're doing jazz stuff like kind of nowish. So I'm really excited for everybody who has the opportunity to do that. Uh, just changed my window, and that's a good prompt to invite any of you who are new to this, who aren't part of our community, to hop on over to the Inspired Contemporary Pianist community and join. It's free. And I'm posting stuff like this all the time. And you have access to all sorts of different possibilities, studying with me and mentorship programs, and also just feeling part of and actively participating in a community of inspired pianists. So you can get that link from my website, peterjohnstoltzman.com. Yeah, find us there. So today I want to do something fun. And this is going to be like a play-by-play breakdown video of a really fun performance that was broadcast live. Emmet Cohen, as if you're watching this, you probably know, has been doing his live at Emmett's Place videos since pretty early on in the COVID lockdowns. And it has evolved now to be taking place at one of the top studios in New York City. And I think this was the inaugural show when Peter Martin from Open Studio sat in and played Summertime. And then Emmet sat in and played his own solo. And then they did Four Hands Together, which is always super fun. Really brought me back to performances at the Stanford Jazz Workshop with Victor Lynn and Bennett Pastor and Taylor Eichste and many other pianists who got involved in that. Sometimes we would have two grand pianos and four pianists or more involved in jams like this. It's always joyful, hilarious, and it really tests you as a pianist to not just be in like an introspective personal expression, but it's almost like a circus kind of atmosphere. So you're really in an entertainment mode and high energy mode. But these guys go through a lot of different strategies, and I was struck watching this at what a great demonstration of the different improvisational strategies that I like to teach and reference. So I want to use that as a framework to really break down and analyze and learn from these guys and what they did, how they did it. I will just put that up on screen real quick so you can see more clearly the improvisational strategies. I like to think of them as drop-down menus, and they all feed into motivic development. All right, so we have rhythm, structure, form, melody, harmony, stylistic language, interaction, instrument, so instrument-specific stuff. There's a lot of that going on in this performance. Patterns, intervals, energies, and gestures. All of that is ways to initiate ideas, musical ideas. So let's get to it. I'm going to play this from the beginning. We're going to listen for about 10 minutes now. And I'm going to take inventory of each of their individual solos, and then of their duo solos, or them during their duos. So I've got a Peter Martin column here, an Emmet Cohen column, and then we're going to go to the final breakdown before T-Von, the sax player, comes on at the end. We'll end it before that. And we're just going to listen to the breakdown that they do. They take the tempo way down and play funky. And there's all sorts of cool gems in there. And I want to break down some of those to give you some concrete tools to take with you. All right, we'll try to take this hour and get as much concrete, cool stuff as we can from these cats, while just appreciating their ability to create like this spontaneously and with so much joy. All right, let's see. We're gonna start right here at the top. So Peter starts with rhythmic strategy, right? Just on one note. They're in G minor. And then he very slickly does it with just his left hand and starts playing blues with his right hand. There's some cool harmonic stuff that he does right there. It's not super wild, but it's just really nice, very tasty harmonic stuff. Right here, there's a little harmonic strategy, right? He's shifting from that rhythmic on one note to Dorian triads. I situate that lick in stylistic language. It's very bluesy and Dorian to start. In there. Nice. Very fun. More chromaticism. Take us back to that spot and call out the rhythmic aspect of this. It's kind of harmony and rhythm together. After this chromatic spot, it's going out into harmony a little bit. Very harmonic playing. Right there. So on the turnaround there, he's played a lot of really nice harmonic and stylistic language, right? and following ideas, comping with his left hand. We get into a whole thing with comping strategies as well, right? When you're playing together with your right hand idea, I call it emphasis, or when you're playing off of your right hand ideas, which I call and response, what's the other one? There's another one. Anyway, I don't want to get tangented. So this rhythmic motif, it's very short, but he goes right? And he creates a really cool moment by trusting that rhythm as he does his upward trajectory. Now let's just look at how he does this. So he comes full circle to his rhythmic idea, right? And then he takes off. Like, let's go to another level, right? Joe Farnsworth on the drums, Sushi on the bass. Like, these guys are just holding it down right now, and Peter's ready to take off. And watch how he does it with this rhythmic motif on his upward trajectory. Woo! Right? And now he's going into another rhythmic thing. Whip, 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 whip. Hey. Okay, this is just a great example of how you take one idea, one strategy. In this case, it's a rhythmic figure, right? Bleep, 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 bleep. And you start it with whatever that is. I missed exactly what those rhythms are. Yeah. Very cool. And so he's getting situated in a rhythmic strategy, right? And now he's going to follow through with this rhythmic strategy. And as you see in my diagram, all right, this is a visualization of how I think we should all be trying to think as we improvise. You can't think note to note. It's just impossible. And you can't do all the math, right? You have to have all that already practiced and internalized. But whatever you're working with, okay, whatever is internalized, you can use it strategically. So he's using that now, rhythmic strategy and funneling it through motivic development. And in that way, it becomes a character. It becomes something you have an expectation, an anticipation. What's next? What's next? What's next? Right? Check it out. Look at his face. Look how much fun he's having. Right? He's just digging in now. Right? He's not having to think very hard because he's following that motif. And then back to chromaticism, take it even further, right? Hey, so that was some patternistic, like pentatonic stuff and harmony, right? He's going out. Something like that in a pentatonic that is outside the mode, and then coming back into the changes into the 5-1. Let's hear that again. It's very cool. It's an E major pentatonic. is yeah, to an E flat sus, something like that. All right, very cool stuff. Again, this is going to be a quick overview. I'm not going to try to get all the details. Stylistic language, right? Yeah. And that can become a motif too. Nah, no, that was part of him just being like, I didn't get that, I'm going to get it. But repeating it like that is a form of motivic development. And notice right here, he used that to transition out, to kind of put a cap on the stylistic language for a minute at the top of the form. All right, so now he gets to start with a new idea, new energy, and you hear the drums and the bass kick it up a notch. The drums goes up to the cymbal, right? And this is utilizing structure and form. Utilizing structure and form as a strategy is so powerful. So, just playing really cool language. Triads. Blues. Triads. Blues. Harmony. Language. Piano only. Now, you know, we're always using piano-specific stuff when we play the piano because nobody else gets to play chords and lines like this at the same time. But this thing of playing big lines is with octaves. That's a very piano-specific technique. So he's really getting into all of these strategies, instrument specific. What was the other one? He's got triads, blues. We'll just put that in the blues, and structure, form. All right. Yeah. And I just want to call out how tasteful that was. You're sitting in live broadcast, kind of a big deal on somebody else's thing, right? This is Emmett's thing, and you know, you're having a great time playing a great solo. You take it up to that level, you get a peak, and then come down and hand it off, right? That's very respectful and very professional vibe right there. Okay, and then not only like is he just, you know, gonna be content with a really nice whatever that was for choruses or something, he's just gonna literally hand it off to Emmett to play now. All right, you see how all that was initiated with rhythm. Cool, right? Rhythmic strategy and interaction. That was full interaction as a strategy. So you know, Emmett started his solo as he was sitting down with some language, Emmet's got lots of great stylistic language. But then he went immediately into rhythm and interaction. All right. Now, I don't want to take away interaction from Peter's solo, but it never felt like the guiding strategy, right? Emmet immediately did that. And I think that's one of the things that sets Emmet apart from a lot of other players in the world right now and in this generation, is that he arranges stuff with that old school aesthetic of always having interaction in the arrangements. And he works on interactive devices with the players that he plays with, so that in the middle of improvisations, they can spontaneously interact and read each other's minds and know, from musical cues, whether those are historical musical cues or things that they've come up with, very specific things that they can do to interact. It's very hip, very hip. Okay, let's keep going. And just to acknowledge, like, now the band's out, which is a device that a rhythm section can use, right? It's a very extreme device, but it's a cool one. If you have a great player, a virtuosic player who can handle that and build momentum, and then when the band comes back in, it's super, super exciting. And Emmet Cohen can absolutely handle that, right? And he's following his motifs, man. He's not thrown off by this. He is following the motivic development, committed to it. Watch this. He's up high. And the band says, okay. This is in the middle of the chorus. This is instrument specific, right? Harmony. Harmony. Blues. And motivic development, right? That is great motivic development, going one direction, then going the other. Let's talk about this harmony that he used right there, because I think this is super hip and it's worth taking a look at. Woo! Okay, what is that? What voicing? What chords? Oops. Is that it? Yeah. All right. So, we can think of this as F sharp minor 7. We can think of it as A major 7. We can think of it as B sus. And I'm not exactly sure what he's thinking. Okay. flat major 7, G major 7 to G flat major 7. Okay. I think he's thinking of susses. I think he's thinking B sus, B flat sus, A flat sus, all leading us down to G. So, and then he's got pentatonics built over those. E major pentatonic. That's not exactly what he played, but close enough, right? So he's changing his inversions, but essentially the same chords. Very cool harmonic move. Chromatically down, it's basically a 3-6-2-5, right? 3-6-2-5 to G, except this is very unconventional way of doing 3-6-2-5, especially in minor. Another harmony move. He's done some really cool things, right? He uses A flat minor. A flat minor here. So he's sidestepping from G minor up a half step, which doesn't exactly lead us to C minor, right? Like C sharp minor would lead us there. But it's a really cool move. And it just creates this suspension of harmonic obviousness. But when you're here, you know, it can work. That A sus again, G major 7. Some piano specific stuff right there, right? With the left hand moving. Alright. This is super fun. I'm gonna let it play through. Got some two-handed voicings, right? One of the things that we can do as pianists is play lines in unison, one or two octaves apart. Rhythm section breakdown again. It's another cool move, right? That's stylistic, straight from the idea. Some goofy gestural fun stuff, right? See how they're using the structure, the form of the tune really well to shift strategies and landing points. That gesture up the piano and these gestures down the piano. Low triads. Those are fun. Just kind of goofy things. Take it from Rachmaninoff or whatever. Flip. Now Emmett's on top. seems like they're taking the head out, right? But that's a cool move by Emmet to quote the original Gershwin string line. You hear Farnsworth on the drums reacting to Emmett's rhythm, and now they slow it down. All right, and this is the part we're gonna just do a deep dive for the next like 20 minutes. Okay. All right. So this is, them just like having fun. They're like, okay, now we're in like almost like a dueling piano modes, right? And then they do like dueling cadenzas at the end of this, which gets even more kind of ridiculous. But I just want to take a few of the things that happen in here. So I'm going to mark them right now, and then we'll come back. The first line that Emmet plays, I think, is a very hip outline. I just want to show you what that is. Transcribed it. I haven't done a bunch of homework and figured these out yet, so this is a little bit of live transcription. Ooh. So that's like a little G minor with a major 7 on top, right? That's a nice place to land. And Peter Martin says, and does some other two-handed lines, right? Unison again. Yeah, okay. So that Emmet line right there, that's what, like 9, 12? 9, 10. We're going to look at that. Yeah, we can look at that one as well. It's pretty far out, fun way to like superimpose cadence from outside the key. So that's what, 925. All right, 910 and 925. Some really cool Emmet lines there. I think a lot of people might enjoy that. Peter Martin hit right here. Yeah. It's just essentially fourths. I think maybe he played a fifth in there or something. Yeah. It's essentially taking two notes on either hand. Probably like that. Would be your fingering. And then up fourths. Those. Which one did he use in the middle? I'd have to slow it down and get exactly his notes. But essentially, he's doing that fourth pattern. It's pretty fun. Again, I think he doesn't play exactly fourth, but no, that's the one. That's the one I really appreciate. Okay, those are some crazy chords from Emmet. Those are like some Herbie style, like kind of messiaen chords, where you're just like layering a shape, maybe something like this. You're like layering this kind of shape in the left hand, and then like a different. Get all sorts of weird shapes, all sorts of weird sounds, polytonal sounds, this kind of stuff. If you just do like this kind of pattern in your left, which is like an inverted triad, maybe with the 2, and then a triad in the right hand. These kind of patterns, and then sometimes like putting a hitchhiker thumb on it can create something cool too. So that's what's going on with Emmet, and then we get Peter Martin playing the cool diminished shit. Come on, that's really cool. Oh shoot, what does he play right there? We gotta get it right. I don't know if he has that E flat in there or not. I can see his hand, so that's very helpful. I think that's it. He goes up a minor third. I'm not sure exactly which voicings it is in the middle. Which voices it is. Okay, so essentially it's B flat diminished major 7. So B flat diminished with a major 7, and then those are your upper structures, like your upper structure diminished triad. I'm having a hard time discerning exactly which notes he's playing where. Something like that, and he's going up a minor third to D flat diminished major 7. And then yeah, so that's on D dominant, and the half whole diminished scale that would go with that. At the end, he's got an extra chord in there in the middle too. Something like that. So then what's this chord? This is A13 with a flat 9 and a sharp 11. I think that's what he's playing right there, right? Because he's doing a 2-5 back to G. Diminish. And then coming back to diminish. I think it's this shape. Let's hear that one more time. Something like that. Very cool moment, right? And they take it even slower. You hear the rhythmic, motivic development. All right, and then they get into all sorts of silly gestural, fun, virtuosic stuff with cadenzas. For the sake of time, let's go back and look at Emmet's move right here that I wanted to check out. That is wild, right? How do you start there? Let's examine it. Let's go back a little bit further so we get in the groove. So Peter does that kind of thing, and then Peter's the one who initiated. He's the instigator of the A flat. They're in G minor. So he gets to A flat, moves it up to A. And then Emmet takes off on that A flat. He takes the Q. Very fun. And I think you can clearly hear very clear major triad shape to start. And I just want to point this out because it's really like cogent, I think is the word, for when you're deciding to play out. You want to take a recognizable and very accessible shape, melodic shape or intervallic shape that is going to be superimposed in an out harmony, right? Because if you play weird stuff or incoherent stuff on an out harmony, you're doing like a double negative, right? Already taking the harmony out is like a negative in the sense, right? Not bad, but just like it's a different thing, unexpected. And if you add a strange or unintelligible melodic structure on top of that, you basically guaranteeing that you're going to lose people. But if you play a very coherent and very accessible melodic structure on top of that out harmony, or within that out harmony, now you have strengthened the outness to the point where it sounds like it should be right, but something's weird. And then when it resolves, it feels very satisfying, rather than like, why did you take me there? That was weird. So he starts right there. Okay, and why would we do this over G minor? Right? Like G minor, man. What is he playing? It's like, D flat major, right? It's just D flat major triad with an add 2. Okay, so there's a couple ways to think about this. I don't know, I'd have to ask Emmet, but the way I think that he's probably thinking of it is tritone, pentatonic on the tritone, or even like a limited pentatonic, right? Just a 1, 2, 3, 5 shape on the tritone. So if we're in G, yes, it's G minor, but regardless, we want out, we can go to the tritone and build a coherent shape on top of that. What's better than a 1, 2, 3, 5? Nothing, right? So Peter finishes out. And then Emmet comes back to G minor right away. And then he's out again. And he's using this D major shape to, instead of go ba 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 da back to G, do do da da, to get back to A flat, G sharp, as it were, in this kind of scenario. Now it's A flat. So, a tritone away, D flat, a half step away, A flat. Guaranteed, really cool, out. And then back to the blues. And back to your G melodic minor. Right? He's in G melodic minor, really. And then out on A flat major. And guess what shape it is? 1, 2, 3, 5. I forget what he does right at the end there. We do something like that. Little high 2, 5. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. He's got his hitchhiker thumb going on in there, I think. So let's break that down one more time. Starting on what essentially we're just playing a G minor vamp, right? So we're kind of creating a G minor and a 2, 5, 1, maybe 3, 5, something like that, right? Some variation on G minor for a full bar and then some kind of turnaround. So it's basically trading twos. Peter finishes out with some diminished shit. Let's go back to the diminished shit. He's the instigator of the A flat. Oh, by right, that's right. He doesn't. Oh, sorry. Just blues. Something like. And then, boom. That's where Emmet starts. And then A flat. G minor. All right. Super hip, super fun. He doesn't even need to play a chord with it. If he was going to play a chord with that, what could he play? Okay. He could play this, which would essentially be either B flat minor 9, if you want to look at it that way, or E flat sus, or D flat major 7. He could also play like this or this. This would be like A flat minor 9 or D flat dominant D flat 13. But this would set you up to sound just like G7 alt, which is a weird place to start, right? At the top of a G minor groove. So this one, that could be. And then maybe what would this one be? And that one could be our B flat minor leading down to A minor, G7 alts, and back. Yeah. All right. So I think that would probably be a good comping move. Up a half step, A flat minor 9. Your pentatonic is D flat major. And then B flat minor 9. Your pentatonic is A flat major to the 2-5. Etc. All right. Very hip stuff. I wanted to spend some time with that today. I highly encourage you to go and listen to the whole thing and really just keep following Emmet's place. It's so fun. It's joyful jazz. It's people, you know, for the most part, as far as I can tell, with who have shed any shame about carrying forward the tradition, and which is useless. None of us should carry that with us. And also who have really put in the work to be able to honor the tradition and the lineage, and just playing joyfully in like the you know, kind of the ideal jam session scenario. Whether that will continue to be, you know, as kind of a pure jam session vibe now that it's like a more highly produced and happening in a big studio and all of that, we'll see. But man, I want to say a big thank you to Emmet Cohen for what he did for jazz, and his scene, and bringing so many people to the forefront online when we were all desperately marooned in our own worlds during COVID. And I hope that it continues to grow because it's so fun. And you know, Peter Martin coming on here and being the like beautiful joyful, soulful, like killing pianist that he is, and then being able to share the instrument like that is just it's a beautiful reflection and representation of what jazz can and should be. So wanted to say that. I'm going to leave you with a little promotional video on what I'm doing here in the Inspired Contemporary Pianist. I want to invite you again to please join the free community if you are a pianist, and if you want to study with me, you'll find lots of ways to do that. And I teach here at the University of Denver if you're an aspirant who is looking for a school scenario as well. All right, y'all. Peace. Take care. And I'll see you again. This is so core to how I play with intention and authenticity, and without the pressure to just regurgitate those great ideas over and over and over again throughout a solo. All of those things can become generative strategies that lead into motivic development and allow you to really tell a story in the moment. So let me demonstrate for you, instrument specific. Voicing the melody with seventh chords is essentially the same as voicing the melody with triads. The top note has to be the melody. The very first example here is gospel style, and we're using a melody that goes da 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 da, starting on D7. 2, 3, and 4. To F sharp diminished, G minor 7, use a C over E, going down to E flat, C minor, back to D7. Here's your leading tone diminished chord. Here's your leading tone slash chord that doesn't resolve to where you think it's going to resolve. That C over E should go to F, but it doesn't. It goes down to E flat. And that's one of the things that's so cool about those chords. All right, so we're kind of combining everything that we've learned up to this point. This is a big moment of shift, right? Kind of set it up harmonically with that modulation, then change to minor. Right? If you're ever at a loss of like, I really want to change, but what should I do? Try changing the chord type that you're on. Don't even go to a new key or new chord. Just change the chord type. I went from G flat major to G flat minor. Woo! And then that presents a whole other opportunity. That creates a ton of implications. And the music is what tells you what the implications are. And being able to like toggle a little, just enough,
I love
right?
it. I
To
love it.
be like, well, at least I'm, aware of what pattern is happening here,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to encourage you, man, to like use this mental practice framework
Yeah.
every time
Love it.
you're practicing, and you'll forget about it because
Right.
we all do. We just get into like focusing on whatever the notes and the techniques and stuff, but just
Right.
come back to it again and again.
This
Uh,
is really good. Yeah.
cool.
All right. Thank you, Peter.
Ooh. Oh, you could use the tritone sub. And I like that. Man, so many possibilities. So I hope you enjoyed going through this with me. I hope you'll go through it yourself and really start honing in on how to have your own distinct voice that's not trapped by the language of the masters, right? But it's influenced and it's integrated, right? These are gifts that the masters gave us, not obligations and not straight up prescriptions. They're gifts, they're musical golden nuggets for us to take and to shape in our own ways.